Lights are going up, snow is falling down. There's a feeling of goodwill around town. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here. People throwing parties, ugly sweaters everywhere. Stockings hung up by the chimney with care. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time.
This is a True Crime in Real Time update from True Crime Today and the Hidden Killers podcast.
From Ivy League accolades to being implicated in one of the most chilling crimes of 2024, the story of Luigi Mangione is as perplexing as it is tragic. On December 4th, 2024, UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson was gunned down outside a Hilton hotel in Manhattan. In the days that followed, authorities pieced together a chain of evidence that would lead them to the 26-year-old Mangione, a man with no prior criminal record but a life increasingly marked by turmoil. His arrest in Altoona, Pennsylvania on December 9th shook not only his family but also those who had known him as a promising young professional with everything to lose. The facts, as presented by law enforcement, are as shocking as they are methodical. Surveillance footage placed Mangione near the scene of the crime, and a chilling manifesto found in his possession allegedly outlined grievances against the healthcare industry. Bullet casings recovered from the scene bore inscriptions that read, "Delay, deny, and defend," a grim nod to the language often used to describe the tactics of health insurers. According to the manifesto, Mangione expressed disdain for what he called systemic greed, and apologized for any strife or traumas caused by his actions, which he described as necessary. Born in 1998 into Baltimore's prominent Mangione family, Luigi Nicholas Mangione appeared destined for success. His grandfather, Nicholas Mangione Sr., built a multi-million-dollar real estate empire, and the family's name became synonymous with philanthropy and business acumen. Luigi attended the elite Gilman School, where he graduated as valedictorian in 2016, before earning dual degrees in engineering from the University of Pennsylvania. Friends and colleagues described him as ambitious, intelligent, and reserved, with a deep interest in artificial intelligence and data science. Professionally, Mangione climbed the ranks as a data engineer at TrueCar and was poised for a lucrative career in tech. Yet, behind the accolades, Mangione's life took a darker turn. In mid-2023, he underwent spinal surgery to address spondylolisthesis, a condition causing chronic back pain. While the surgery initially seemed successful, Mangione's online posts revealed ongoing struggles with physical discomfort and cognitive issues, which he attributed to the procedure. By late 2023, his once active social media accounts fell silent, and friends noted his increasing isolation. His mother's November 2024 missing persons report highlighted this estrangement, suggesting a deepening personal crisis. In the weeks leading up to the murder, Mangione's behavior raised additional red flags. Former colleagues at TrueCar described a once dedicated worker who had become withdrawn and erratic. His posts on niche online forums revealed a man consumed by frustrations over systemic failures, particularly within the healthcare industry. These grievances culminated in his manifesto, which criticized the U.S. healthcare system for prioritizing profits over patient care and expressed admiration for the United Kingdom's National Health Service. Mangione's writings also delved into broader societal grievances, including concerns about technology's role in diminishing human agency. This perspective, reportedly inspired in part by the Unabomber's manifesto, paints a picture of a man wrestling with ideological disillusionment. The chilling discovery of bullet casings inscribed with the words delay, deny, and defend added a symbolic layer to the crime. This phrase, widely used to describe insurer tactics to avoid paying claims, provided insight into Mangione's motivations. Investigators believe the inscriptions were meant to serve as a grim statement against what he perceived as systemic greed. As authorities delved deeper into Mangione's background, they uncovered a complex individual with conflicting traits. Despite his frustrations, Mangione had previously been an advocate for technology's potential to solve real-world problems. Friends from his university days recalled late-night discussions about artificial intelligence and its ethical implications. However, his fascination with technology's darker side, its potential to erode human autonomy, also became evident over time. His admiration for figures like Ted Kaczynski, albeit tempered by a rejection of violence, hinted at his growing disillusionment. One particularly illuminating piece of evidence was Mangione's online activity in the months leading up to the murder. On various forums, he shared detailed accounts of his chronic pain, frustrations with the healthcare system, and his perception of its failings. He often spoke about how the exorbitant costs and bureaucratic inefficiencies of American healthcare had worsened his quality of life. These posts not only offered a window into his deteriorating mental state, but also provided crucial context for investigators attempting to piece together a motive. Friends and acquaintances who had drifted apart from Mangione over the years described their shock at hearing the allegations against him. Some recalled a reserved yet passionate individual prone to intense discussions about ethics, technology, and societal structures. Others noted a more recent change, describing him as distant and preoccupied. "He seemed to be carrying a lot of weight on his shoulders," said one former classmate who spoke on condition of anonymity. "It's hard to reconcile the Luigi I knew with the person described in the news." The evidence against Mangione, while compelling, raises more questions than answers. How did a man with so much potential, a valedictorian, a Penn graduate, a data engineer, find himself accused of murder? What role, if any, did his struggles with chronic pain and disillusionment play in his alleged actions? And was this crime the result of a calculated plan or a tragic breaking point? The Mangione family has expressed shock and devastation, offering condolences to Brian Thompson's family while grappling with the implications of Luigi's arrest. "We are devastated by this news," said his cousin, Maryland State Delegate Nino Mangione, in a public statement. "We ask people to pray for all involved." Legal experts following the case have noted its potential to set significant precedents. The inclusion of terrorism-related charges suggests that prosecutors are framing this as more than a personal vendetta. It's being positioned as an ideologically motivated act. If convicted, Mangione could face life in prison without the possibility of parole. However, his defense team has already signaled their intent to scrutinize his mental health history and argue that his actions, while tragic, were the product of untreated psychological issues exacerbated by chronic pain and systemic failures. As Mangione's legal journey unfolds, it promises to be a high-profile case that will examine not only the evidence, but also the psychological and societal factors at play. His decision to waive extradition paves the way for what is expected to be a closely watched trial in New York. Legal experts suggest that the inclusion of terrorism-related charges could set a significant legal precedent, particularly in cases involving ideological motivations. Beyond the legal arena, the case has sparked broader conversations about the intersection of privilege, mental health, and radicalization. How does someone from such a privileged background with access to elite education, healthcare, and opportunities end up accused of such a heinous crime? The answer may lie in a complex web of personal struggles, societal pressures, and ideological disillusionment. The courtroom will likely become a stage for broader debates about mental health, societal pressures, and systemic failures. For now, the story of Luigi Mangione serves as a sobering reminder of the complexities behind even the most shocking acts of violence. It is a case that defies easy categorization, blending elements of privilege, pain, and radicalization into a narrative that continues to unfold.
In a world where the darkest secrets lie just beneath the surface,
They said it was an accident, but the evidence says otherwise.
where hidden killers roam unnoticed, in the shadows.
I think you would definitely be looking at a blend of toxic, very bad narcissistic personality traits, and they will be vengeful and possibly resort to violence.
Join Tony Bruschi as he uncovers the truth behind the most chilling cases.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence clearly says otherwise.
Each episode, we dig deep into the minds of those who commit the unthinkable.
To your point on narcissism, he thinks in his own mind how witty he is.
Yeah.
But he lost that jury. I was done with him in 2 minutes.
From unsolved mysteries to infamous crimes.
Geez, you've just talked about how you've taught yourself how to do everything under the sun. I bet you did a YouTube video, how to best kill somebody with a knife.
Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi takes you where few dare to go.
How does someone with such a dark secret go unnoticed for so long?
With multiple new episodes every single day.
We're not just telling stories, we're seeking justice.
Listen now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi.